What's up, y'all? We are live. We are live. We are live. I should announce this earlier. You guys know that have been following me for a while. Once I get a new car, I usually try to go live at the end of the week, just to answer any questions and stuff you guys may have. So we'll give this a few minutes. Hopefully, it's going public because I know YouTube kind of trips with alerting people when videos are loaded and when I'm live. So we'll see how many people get alerted on this and come on, and we can go live and take a closer look at this. A couple people are joining in. What's going on? What's going on? How's the quality look? We are connected to a Wi-Fi, so it should look a lot better. I may have to turn this flash on. It didn't do too much, but it's a little bit better. I mean, I can get a brighter light, but then it might be too bright. So what's going on? What's going on? See a couple of you guys joining in. So you guys know that when I get a new car, I usually try to go live a few days after I have it. So just to kind of get a close up of it and all that, so you guys can ask questions and all that. I did just fix the steering on it, so I did go ahead and tighten that up. It was really, really loose, and I'll show that to you guys in just a few minutes. So, all right, so a couple people coming in. I don't want to butcher your first name, but Mayberry's up in here. Who else we got up in Mr. Mayberry? We got Jason, we got Frank. What's up? Let me go back to the top. Devon Hood, Lyndon. What's going on, y'all? Bikes RC 46, Lester. All right, like I said, I'm connected to a Wi-Fi, so it should be better with this. So, what's going on? We got Jesse up in here. Got Gino from Vegas. What's up, man? I'm coming to Vegas soon. I gotta get away for a couple days. So I'm going live with this, as you guys know. Whenever I get a new car, as I kind of mentioned earlier, you guys probably weren't tuned in. I usually try to go live within a couple of days of having it, just to give you guys a close up, maybe answer some questions and stuff you may have about whatever car it is, whether it's this or something else. So I am open to questions for this, and I actually have over here on the side. I'll get it out in just a minute. I got my Creighton, but it's the actual EXP Creighton. So I know you guys are wondering about comparisons and all that, and I'll probably try to do that at some point a little bit later on. I'm not gonna do it right away, but I will be doing it. So Lester just asked, what's the price range on this? This runs for $549. So with tax, you're gonna be looking about close to $580. So what's going on, Sid? So if you're comparing it with other things out there ready to run, of course, its competitor is competing against the Armor Creighton. They just announced or released a V5 version, and that runs for, I think I saw it for $569. I think it was $579, but now it's not $569. So there's differences in the two as well. So, all right, cool. Somebody saying the quality is good, because you guys know sometimes when I go live, it's not always the best, but it's not always. I don't usually have a good connection either. Said we'll find out tomorrow exactly how fast it is. I do super speed Saturday, so we're gonna take it out in its box configuration, and we're gonna run it to see what kind of speeds we get. So, so Bikes RC said, "What's it running?" I'm not sure if you're asking about electronics and stuff, but the electronics, actually, I'll say this, and I've said this before, even with the version 1. Team Corally makes some great electronics. They really do. It's got a 2050 kV motor, 150 amp speed controller, but some of the differences is that on the motor connections and stuff, it has 6.5 bullet connectors, where a lot of other ready-to-run 8-scale cars don't. They use like 4.0, so that does make a difference. Lets their current go through better as well. And I believe they have the ESC setting high, but this truck is fast on 4S. So somebody's talking about an ECX amp, what he did to it. Okay, Frank. Yeah, I haven't read my ECX amp in a long time. Been a very long time, so. Someone said, is this tough as armor? Now, that's going to be a question that I'm going to get a lot, and I'll go ahead and try to answer that. I could say it's just about getting there. Now, I'm going to say it like that. I know some people that are armor fans are going to be like, oh, can never get there and all that. This is their second version or try at this. So we're currently on the 5th version of the Armor Creighton, and they're on their second version of this truck. So, in my opinion, this is a competitor to Arma, but I think it's going to be more of a competitor overseas to Arma. So that's just my opinion. Because I think a lot of people, like for instance, when new things are announced or released, we get it here in the States first and then not overseas. So, but regardless of whatever, I think competition is good. So I mean, I like the competition out there because it gives you a wide selection, variety of things. Let's say, for instance, you were going to the hobby store and something's out of stock. You know, you have other options as well. So, what's going on, Easton? Yeah, Arma's real good too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not demeaning any company out there, whether it's Arma, Team Corally, Traxxas, or because I own all these cars and I like them all. I am glad that they did this update because it needed it. My version one Kronos, guys, I stopped doing videos on it because it kept breaking. It really did. Every time I took it out and ran it, something broke on it. I was just kind of getting frustrated. So I stopped doing videos on it. And then I heard they were going to be making some upgraded parts, and they did. So they ended up making instead of they also have an upgraded kit too. And I believe I correct if someone out there is seeing this from a hobby shop, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe if you buy the version one, you can also get or you get with it the upgraded parts to make it a version two. I could be wrong, but I know their version ones have went down in price, so they're trying to sell out of those. But I believe that when you buy a version one now, if the place you have it from has the upgraded kit, you can get the upgraded kit with it as an add-on for free, and that's going to be the A arms and stuff like that. Of course, you won't get the chassis, but you'll get a lot of the components that are on this one. So yeah, I got a. Somebody asked about the armor granite. Yeah, I updated my granite. You guys will see that up soon. I did put those plastic or those the modified drive shafts on it. So I'll be having that come out soon as well. So Gerald says he loves his Creighton is a 6S and 8S. Yeah, I have my Creighton over. I'll take that out. So yo, Frank, it's 580. It's a little bit about five. It depends on kind of the state where you get it from too. About 580 with tax and stuff. 581 something. So Frank says I probably wrong though. Haven't looked. Sounds sweet. Yeah, I think the speed run's gonna because the version one was fast. Y'all. It was so I couldn't run it with these tires on. I was probably gonna be the same thing with these. I'm not gonna be able to run those on a speed run on 6S with those tires. So what's going on, Scott? They're gonna balloon a lot, but we'll see. We'll test it and then we'll see. I'll bring some other tires with me as well, and then get it out and do some test runs with it. So this truck is already out, Gerald. I got mine from tinyadventuresrc.com. I believe he has a few more. He might have two in stock, but that's where I got mine from. I've been getting a couple things because they actually carry the Team Corally lineup, and they're getting more stuff in as well. And they have other things as well. But I know that I've talked to them several times. You know, I've gotten my Team Corally stuff from them, so I usually get my stuff from Tiny Adventures RC, and of course other shops and stuff like that. They got it online as well. But that's where I got mine from. So, all right, let's see. Does it come with XT90 connectors? Yep. I'll take the top off, and we'll take a close look in just a few minutes. I'm just trying to make sure I address comments. I like it when I go live. I try to make sure I go live and I answer you guys' questions and talk to you guys. So, what's up, Thomas? Just joined us. So I did fix the steering as well. I could show that to you guys, but I turn it on and start steering stuff. But I did fix it. The servo saver did need to be tightened up. It was really, really loose. I mean, it really was. So that needed to be tightened up. So that is pretty much fixed. I thought there was something wrong with the servo, so I did change it out, but it's not. So the servo is fine, and it is a high voltage servo. So they did put some good electronics in this truck. The durability should be fine as well. I did run it today, did do some jumps, and I did run it more off a camera as well, even with the steering kind of messed up. And I flipped it a couple times and it tumbled and stuff. So it has thus far, compared to the V1, survived just my general running and stuff, which is a good thing. So, Sid, I think parts are hitting out the market everywhere right now, so you should be able to find them. So we got a couple more people joining in. What's going on, Wavy One? Car tier. What's up? What's up? Yes, I got some belted tires I'll be using on there. I'll probably be putting I can't my X cons or something on here too when I run off road because 6S is gonna be a lot. I need to probably check the diff oils too. I'll probably do that after the Super Speed Saturday and probably leave the center diff if it's at 100K, leave it at 100K. So, Doug, the truck is 549, and then of course you got tax with it. So what's up, Doug? Thanks for joining. So we're just going through a couple things for you guys just now joining. I do go live. I'm probably gonna repeat this several times as people kind of come in, but I do go live when I get a new car a couple days later, just to kind of do an overview and answer you guys' questions about anything I may have with this. And like I said, I do have my Creighton EXB over here, but that's probably not going to be the best fair comparisons between the two. Armor just released a V4, or I'm sorry, a V5 Creighton. So yeah, I was wondering about the M2C upgrades as well. It'd be nice if they made some for this. They may make some for this. So what's going on? We got a couple more people joining in. That would be cool if they did. And I think they probably will. Maybe RC Speed Monsters will make something as well. I think that Team Corally may come out with other stuff. I'm just speculating. I don't know. It would be cool if they took this platform or chassis and kind of made it into a short course truck. And we may see that. We may see a short course truck down the road. We may even see them doing a 7 scale or even maybe a 6 scale. I don't know. Maybe an 8 scale, 5th scale. I don't know. But so Doug said I just bought the Armor V5 Typhon. Cool. How do you like that? I know they did some upgrades to it, so they've been doing upgrades, which is good. They're on the 5th upgrade, which I think the upgrades for those armor cars were needed. A better radio, better servo, and then they beefed it up some more as well. So that's good. Regardless, like I said, I love it when a company does something and it doesn't take them years and years to come out with stuff and do upgrades, and then you got to buy all these parts, and then you got to buy aftermarket this and that all the time. I think that this is thus far fine out the box as it is. I think 6S is going to be a lot. I really do. 5S is probably going to be the sweet spot if you're going to leave with the stock gearing. But I think for me, I'll be running it on 4S, and I'm going to go probably to about a 15 tooth pinion gear because the truck runs fine. I mean, it really does. It's really fast out the box. So I'm probably not going to drive it in this video because I am, at home and people, in the area and stuff like that. So I'm not going to drive it in this video. And plus, it's nighttime outside. If I was in another area, I would. But this is more or less kind of a close-up look of it. I'll take the top off in just a minute so you guys can see that as well. So real quick, I'll talk about a couple of things as I was running it. I do suggest before you run it just to check a couple of the screws, like the grub screws and stuff in the drive shaft, just to make sure those weren't loose. Um, and just with any car you get, just do a quick overhaul just to make sure everything is tightened up and stuff with it. I did lose one of the screws in the steering links after I cut the video today and I was running. I did lose that. So I did have to put another screw in there. I don't know if that was loose from the beginning, but that was something was lost. Maybe if I had checked it, it wouldn't have came loose with that. And then also I said about the steering and stuff. So that was fixed and adjusted with that as well. But some people say they don't like the color and stuff. I like the color of it. It kind of stands out as something different and something unique. So I actually have another body that I'm actually going to put on here as well. I might get it professionally painted or I might paint it myself. I don't know. I mean, there's no use in sometimes paying a lot for a body and then you go out there and trash it up. Because y'all know that happens. So somebody asked about tires for the Armor Talon. You're gonna have to pay money to get good tires. Depends on where you're gonna run that at as well. What's going on? Yeah, Team Corral. I mean, like I said, they've stepped their game up, which is good. I mean, the first run, like I said, it did need some help. I mean, everybody was having problems and stuff with them, but they did. correct that, which is good. That means they listened to people and they saw the issues and stuff with it. Maybe they knew some of the stuff was gonna be breakable, but they didn't think it was gonna break that much. I don't know. But these got those corrected. So I'm gonna take this body off real quick and we'll get up close and personal a little bit, somewhat, not too much, but get this up, get up a little bit closer to this. So the problem, let me get something real quick so I can get a pointer to kind of point to some of this real quick. Here we go. All right. So the problem, and it still got kind of grass up in here, was in here. This was so loose that every time I turned, there's two pieces to this plastic, in case you guys don't know. Every time I turned, this would actually separate. You guys probably can't see that too well up in here. I'm trying to do this by looking at this, but there's two pieces there and they would separate. So I actually had to go in and tighten this up. I thought I had it tightened for today's run, but it wasn't. So I had to go in and tighten it up again. So I did have to remove these several screws up in here to take this out and then tighten it as well. But now it actually turns fine. You guys see I did put a different servo in there because I thought something was wrong with the servo or something, but it wasn't. The servo was fine. And it does come with a high voltage servo as well, which is good. Metal Gear high voltage, but I didn't know. So I was trying to experiment with a couple of things, but I'm just going to leave this in here for now because I was planning on using this servo on something else, and I can take the stock servo and put in something else I was going to do with it. So you guys see there, I talked before about the pinion gears and stuff. I might be able to fit something bigger than an 18 in there. I can't recall from the Radix 6 how much space was in. It looks like it's more space than the Radix was, but I have to check and see. But I will be doing a max speed run with this as well. So I'll be putting some belted tires on here, and then I will be putting like a 18 or 22 two pinion gear and running this as well. So sorry, I know y'all asking a couple questions. Let me go back, see what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I usually do. I think with this one, as Doug asked if I said it's smart to do that. Like I mentioned, it's smart to do that for any car you get. Just do a quick overview, run in the air test to make sure the wheel nuts and stuff are tight on there because sometimes you can get cars that haven't been assembled correctly or stuff isn't tightened up all the way. So that happens. Daniel said he runs Duratrack tires on his. Smart to do, blah, blah, blah. Flip it. I will in just a minute. Flip it on its side. I don't know. Somebody says it's true that the CEO of Team Corally used to work for Traxxas. So Team Corally has been in since 1986 or 7, I think it is. So we got somebody else joining. What's going on? What's going on? From what I know, Traxxas got started in 1985 or 86 with their Traxxas cat. So who knows? I mean, I don't know the whole history of it. Sometimes people can just put information out there that may not be 100% true. So, but they do make race cars. I mean, they do make cars that you actually go out there and race with. Evan, I'm not sure what you were asking. I'm trying to go through some of these comments right here real quick. Yo, what up, JT? What's the best RC car in the 350? He's asking about a car, so. Yeah, either one of those two you selected is going to be fine. Just depends on where you're going to run it. That's going to be the whole thing. Yeah, next video I will. It won't be live, but yep, it's a metal chassis as well. So we're going to do a speed run tomorrow, and hopefully I can get to the BMX track. I don't know how that's going to flow because sometimes it's closed down. Sometimes there's people there. There's people there. I just keep driving. I don't even stop. So I appreciate that, Sky. Yo, give a thumbs up, y'all. So the chassis is aluminum. See all that dust and stuff in there, and it is 3mm thick. So and On the flip side, this is all scraped and scratched up from running earlier. But there you guys go there with that. So hopefully we'll get parts availability soon. Of course, nothing's broke on it yet, but I will be getting a couple of things just in case. Does come with a 13-tooth pinion gear, and I believe this is a 55-0-tooth spur gear on it. Somebody said it was 52. I'm not sure. I gotta look at the manual and the parts and stuff for it. So yeah, somebody was looking at the double chassis brace. Yeah, they've actually, like I said, some of that stuff was some of the things that broke in the past. But I think that they actually did some evaluation and looked at it. Now, we could possibly see a tower-to-tower brace at some point. I could see them doing that. Some people saying that, oh, they're just copying this and copying that. Well, you know, somebody at the top, they're going to look at some of the stuff they're doing and they're going to kind of replicate it. So if they do it, I don't blame them. I just hope that the prices don't start jumping of these RC cars, because as we get more and more updates, the prices start getting more and more expensive of stuff as well. So we'll see what happens in the future with this. They'll do a V3, probably in a V4, and they'll probably see what's going to go wrong with this V2, if anything, and then do some updates from there. So what's Daddy just joined. So I'll be repeating a lot of questions. I'll try not to get too like the price on is $549. We talked about that earlier. I got mine from tinyadventuresrc.com. He has these in, and he has a couple more, and I think they're getting actually out of stock in a couple places. So you can always pre-order it and get it in pretty quick as well. So I don't know offhand the wheelbase stuff. You guys have to go out there to their website and check it out, because I don't know all the specs right offhand. I mean, I have the box and stuff over here, but I'm not gonna grab all that and do all that. But for you guys just joining, I did fix the steering of it. I just needed to tighten up a couple of things a little bit more, because what was happening is, as I mentioned earlier, these are two pieces, kind of where this is pointing at. Hopefully that's focusing in pretty good. And they were separating because the tension spring down in here wasn't tight enough. So I went ahead and tightened it up last night. Thought it was good today. It wasn't. So I had to retighten it back up. So it's actually good now. So what I'm going to do real quick is, I got my EXP Creighton over here, and I'm just going to put these two kind of side by side just so you guys can see those as well. I'll put this right here. I'll get this Creighton real quick, and then I'll raise the camera up so that we can kind of see them side by side to one another. And let me get something to raise this up real quick. All right. You guys see that right there? So, of course, on the left is your Creighton EXB. On the right is going to be the Kronos. So you guys can see that there as well. So you guys can see that there. I know you guys are waiting on this. You'll only see this on a live video. How about that? I won't even do a... I mean, it won't be the best to compare these two side by side, because this is like Arma's tank. I mean, the EXB, whether it's the Creighton or the Mojave, and I'm pretty sure they'll do some of the other ones later on, these are basically tanks. They are. They got the diff stuff straightened out with this, so we shouldn't have any issues going forward from, I don't know, months ago, and they fixed those diffs, so... Yeah, and it's also because of the tires. These tires look beefy. You know, you guys see the differences in the tires. I have street tires on these, are belted. I'll probably have to run these tomorrow when I do my super speed Saturday test. But this looks beefier and this looks slimmer only because of the tires. If I put the original tires on there, it would look a little bit beefier and stuff as well. But you guys can see comparisons there with those as well. Your daddy said he has about 4 or 5 mini Losi's. Cool. So you guys can see the differences in the two there. With that, should get I'm thinking of getting a Mugen MBX8T at some point. No time soon, but I'm thinking about getting that sometime soon. So you guys can see the two side by side. They look like Armor Sentin tires. They're not though. Guys, see those are those road crushers here. These are belted, and I use these to run on road a lot. Yeah, if you guys check, I do have running videos of. So you can see I've done about 2 or 3 running, I think 2 running videos of this thus far. Tomorrow I'm going to do a super speed Saturday test. So we'll test this stock out the box on 4S and then 6S. I just got a brand new Awanfi 6S Lipo in. The Awanfis are in stock, guys. So if you're looking for a budget Lipo, you can do the one. They're like 60 bucks for a 5,000 milliamp 60C 6S Lipo. So I don't know what the time is going to be. I'm going to actually load those up. The Super Speed Saturday. Yeah, you're going to have to check. Some people say they don't get notifications or notified. I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. It's kind of weird with that. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. So I have no idea. Depends on when I can do what I got to do later tonight and get up and run these cars tomorrow and post the video up. So. All right, so there ain't been too many questions on this. Actually, I'm surprised. I thought there'd be a few more questions about a couple of things. Lucas said he just got it when I went live. Now that's funny. That's funny. I don't know why YouTube does that. You would think as much money as they actually make, they would improve some of their technology, some of their software. Some people have complained about or said they didn't really like the non-adjustable turnbuckles. I actually like them. And some of the reasons is that sometimes when you're bashing hard, for racing it's gonna be great. And even for for passion, people can use them too. But a lot of times the screws eat into excuse me, the plastic piece that holds it on. So that's one reason why I don't mind that they did this like this for me personally. You can always go out and buy some if you want, but so it's just adjustable turnbuckle is going to make it a little bit more durable, um, in my opinion, for that. And I don't really care to have them. I mean, it's there, and it. I mean, like I said, if you have them, you can of course adjust your toe in and stuff as well. But it's got this pivot ball set up here, so you can actually adjust it using that. But you can adjust your toe in and stuff if you have the adjustable turnbuckles. So that's some of the advantages of having it. You can do more adjustments with it. But as this being just a basher truck, they don't really race truggies at the track. I think they do, but they don't really race truggies too much at the track around here. I don't really have a need for that and all those adjustments. So, oh, when I started the video, okay. What's going on, Tank? He said, hi, JT. Are you tonight? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yep, metal diffs. It's been good, Jordan. So Jordan asked how strong it is. So far, the Radix 6, the buggy version of this, has been pretty durable. I haven't had any issues or problems with it. I did have to adjust the battery tray, though, for this. I'm going to move this crate out the way for y'all, because I got to do something to this a little bit later on. And we'll put our focus back here on this. I'm probably going to end up cutting this as well because I don't need these two wires. I only run one battery in it. So I might do this tonight. Make this into just one connection. So basically what I'm going to do is these two right here are going to go. I'm just going to unsolder that and solder this to I may do an EC5. So I may do that later tonight. Because I don't need all these long wires and stuff and putting loopers on there and all that. If they're wires, just like, I know why they did it, which is fine, but I don't need all that. So I'm thinking about the Mentor. The Dementor is of course 549 too. Because I am that now. That's their stunt truck. You know, I think that's that is their competitor to the Outcast and the Notorious, and it's going to be interesting because it is a shorter base chassis as well. But I'm interested in the durability of that one because that is labeled as a stunt truck. Frank, they possibly could. Just depends on how you hit. He has to the axles bend and stuff. If there's too much flex, anything is bendable and breakable. I mean, it's hard to make an indestructible car because there's always going to be something on it that's going to have to be improved just a little bit. Or somebody's not going to like. There's always, trust me, regardless of somebody can make the actual perfect car and somebody's going to find something wrong with it. They're going to say, oh, it comes with plastic wheels or something. I don't know. They're going to find something wrong. It's just the world. Parts are not really interchangeable with that. I know some people asked about that before. Diffs are metal. You guys see that red in there? Look at that. I love that metal casing. You guys see that red. And that's good because this thing puts out a lot of power quickly. So that's something that I think is good and that was needed for this. So I'm doing good tonight, Tank. I appreciate you asking. Hunter. So Hunter asked about the V1s. Now I was told you gotta double check on this. That if you buy a V1 now, you will get a lot of the upgraded parts included for free. How 100% true that is, I don't know. You have to ask. But I believe I saw somewhere as well. It stated that if you buy a V1, it doesn't matter which one it is from Team Corally, they'll give you like the beefier A arms and a couple of the components and stuff that make up this version 2 as well. Let me tuck this in so they don't look too bad. Jordan, part support seems to be pretty good. When I had the V1, I broke a couple parts. I did see some parts out there, and I did buy a few things here and there. The V1 was breaking just left and right, so I was like, man, I can't keep buying parts. I'm gonna end up building another truck if I keep doing that. So I don't know where'd you buy your V1 from, Hunter. They should have said somewhere. You may just want to email Team Corally. So the world we live in, 7-7. No, you don't buy one. No, I'm just playing. What's going on? No, it's actually, I'm telling you guys, this is, so far it's been good. With the adjustments of the steering I had to do, so far it's been good. And I didn't really want to, drive it too hard today because I didn't really want to scratch, which I scratched the chassis, but normally buy a chassis protector. But I did kind of want to get it out and run it, so. Got an Armanero you haven't ran in 2 years. Well, somebody will buy it. We'll buy that mud. Somebody will buy that from you. So, yeah, if you got a V1, Kyle, you can put the parts from the V2 on the V1. Maybe you might want to just sell your V1 and buy this V2. Save yourself the time and heartache. That's just your discretion, though. I mean, that's what I would do. So, but like I said, guys, so far this has been good. I can't wait to get this out tomorrow to run this on super speed Saturday. I'm gonna have to change these tires out because I know that these are a real soft compound and they are gonna balloon. They ballooned on 4S, so on 6S it's just gonna be crazy. So what's going on, that Swedish guy? I've seen some of your comments on it, so I know you're a Team Corally fan as well. So, like I said, guys, we're just going live for a few minutes trying to answer some questions on this that you guys may have on this particular truck. And I know you guys asked me about comparisons and stuff like that. So, we'll have to look at that a little bit later on. So, oh, somebody's asking another, did you run into eating heating issues? I know I had the V1. No, I actually haven't. I've run full packs through. Actually, I was running earlier my SMC 9700 mil, even though it was 4S, and the motor was warm, but it wasn't hot. So tomorrow I'll be doing more tests with. I got an 8,000 milliamp. I got two of those actually, 6S lipos, and I'm gonna run them through to see about temperatures on them because I did have that issue with my V1, but I think that they changed the gearing on this as well to accommodate for that. So I think, like I said, I think it should be fine. There's probably going to be some stuff they're going to do with this when they do a V3 at some point. I hope that they do like a short course style truck with this. That would be awesome. If they do that, I hope that they also do some kind of car version, or take this platform or take the buggy platform and make it into like a rally car or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Or even a I don't know, make a car platform out of it. So. Sorry, trying to go down to some of these comments. I'm receiving two packages, so I believe that I will get the upgrades. Okay, that's cool, Victor. You probably will then. I mean, like I said, I heard. So that Swedish guy, I know he's been commenting on a lot of stuff, and I've seen your comments. So this is a 52 instead of a 46. So this is possibly, and it probably will be slower than the V1 by a little bit, which is fine because, like I said, it's still fast on 4S. It really is. But probably after I do my speed test and stuff, I'm gonna put a 15 tooth in here and I'm gonna run it on 4S because I'm thinking I'm gonna get in the low 50s with that, but we'll see. So I heard they were still doing that upgrade deal. So for you guys just joining, I've talked a little bit about Team Corally and what they were doing with their V1 versions. If you're buying a V1, they have excuse me, they have lowered the price, and then they're also giving um, the upgrade kit with it, which is going to be beefier A arms and a couple of components that are on these V2s. Of course, you won't get the chassis and stuff, but I heard you were getting some of the components that go with it as well. So that's a good thing that they're doing that. I did see the V1 prices going down. I think the buggy was 379, and the trucks were between 459 and 479. But you get the upgrades with it. So if you didn't get one, you may just want to email Team Corally or somebody and ask them. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll be like, yeah, sure. Or they may say, hey, $20. I don't know. Um, so any other questions with this? I know you guys asked about overheating. I've run it and it hasn't overheated. I didn't get a full run in on 6S yet. I know 6S is gonna be crazy. So you can buy this at tinyadventuresrc.com. If you look at some of my first videos on this, I do have links in the description. They do have something like an Easy Pay where I think it's Klarma or something like that, where it gets financed for like 6 months or something like that. So if you don't have the 549 to shuck out right then and there when you buy it, you have the option to use that. And they do charge you like a small percentage of it, but I mean you're looking at 549 and paying a small interest fee, which is nothing really. But you're gonna get your payment divided in 6 months, but you'll get the car. So that's options if you guys were looking at getting this and other cars and stuff as well. So and then there's also easy pay options with Horizon and Tire if you guys are doing stuff with them as well. So Victor said he got his from HRP, which is of course Hybrid Recreations product. So they have it on their site as well. I got mine from Tiny Adventures RC. HRP is going to be the distributor for them, and try to support my local hobby shops. I'm not sure if HRP does that kind of easy pay thing, but Yeah, I'll do the GI Joe collection at some point. I've been buying a lot of stuff. People know I've been buying GI Joe and stuff like that. So somebody's just joined and said how much was it? It's $5.49. I got this from Tiny Adventures RC. I should probably put a price tag right here and say $5.49. You about the fifth or sixth person that's asked that, so of course you got tax and stuff as well, but it is free shipping for it. Yep, but you actually get it, RC Smith, when you make your first payment, which is good. Just like a car, you go and put your down payment on your car, you can drive away with it. But if you don't make your payments, now they can't repo RC car, but they can probably sure mess your credit or something up. Who knows? But there are options, so think about that. There are options for things like that. And I believe I did talk with Will at Tiny Adventures RC. He does have the upgraded kits as well. I think he had one or two. I'm not sure, but I know he does have some. So, all right, peace out, Tank. Yeah, well, it is a truggy. Somebody said they didn't expect it to be this big, so it is an 8 scale truggy, and I did kind of zoom in on that a little bit, so it did look bigger. But it is the tires and stuff make it look a little bit bigger with the body, and the body's kind of big and wide as well. So Sweet Sky says HRP will always stock parts for it. Okay. So the differences between the version 1 and version 2, the tires are going to be the same, but they did beef up a lot of parts. They beefed up the A arms on it, front and rear. Let me go ahead and zoom in because that's a good question. It's questions I thought you guys would ask. Some of the differences because the version 1, y'all, I'm just telling y'all, it broke a lot. Of course, the body's different. They did do different on the wing mount as well. They put this brace here for that. So that is different. That makes it a lot sturdier. The electronics are the same, but you guys see there, if you can see a little bit, this is also on the version 1. They do those 6.5 bullet connectors on the motor. So that does help with the current. It's got XT90 connectors. This battery tray, I believe the version 1 wasn't adjustable. There is a piece here. It's 2 screws that holds like a housing here. So the original length of it was here, and then you can adjust it back here, but I took it out because I had some really long lipos in there. The A arms are a lot beefier than the version 1. Of course, they beefed up the chassis as a 3mm chassis, and they also beefed up the plastic too. You guys see these double chassis braces here, and it's another third one in the center for that as well. And they do have a high voltage servo. Now, I did take the stock servo out. And I put this on, I thought there was a problem with the servo, but there wasn't. It was just I needed to do some adjustments to it. But I have the servo over there, but it is a high voltage Metal Gear servo. So the servo is good. And of course, electronics, I've always said this before, they make really good electronics for it. And they did, like I said, beef up several things. You guys see the underside of this, it's all scraped and scratched up. So they did think about that as well when they were constructing this. So it is a different car. I can feel it when I drive it. Now that I have the steering, but I may take it out later tonight and try to run it real quick before. But it is a better car, so it is a better truck. And this and the Rad X6, I've enjoyed running them. So I hope that kind of answers some of those questions. They didn't need to change their electronics, but they did need to up their game on some of the components for this. The shock towers and stuff are a lot beefier as well. And this thing is mad crazy on 6S. It really is. I mean, I was doing standing backflips, and I only ran it for a few seconds. So, and they did on the differential. See if we can get on this. Probably can't see it 100%, but it's not a plastic casing on that differential. You see that redness in right here. Get that to come in. That is actually metal or aluminum, and that's good. So they did, like I said, they did do their homework and did do some needed or necessary upgrades or updates to this. So, and I see a couple more questions coming in. I hope that they do some other different style cars with this. Let's see, go back to a couple questions you guys have here. So the Swedish guy said there's 775 upgrades. That's cool. If they do that, that'll be good. So I appreciate it. Somebody said love my channel. I appreciate that. Try to do a little I can. How's it compared to the E-Revo? They're two different monsters. The E-Revo is just not. It's not this type of platform. I know Traxxas is doing a E-Revo is just unique. The best way I can say it. It handles unique and stuff. It's not going to be as durable as this. And I like my E-Revo 2.0. I really do. I like the way it handles and like it's just unique. But as far as, comparing the two, it's not going to be able to compare to this. It really is. This is going to be fast. It's going to be a lot more durable and stuff. But this doesn't have kind of the unique design style as the E-Revo either. So that's going to be kind of your preference there. But if you're looking between the two, this is $549. The Revo is now $599. And you do have limited battery components on the eRevo. You can only use a battery with certain about 5,500 milliamps with it. So, but just consider that. So V1 is somewhere around here. It's in pieces, y'all. I ain't even gonna get that out. It's in the box. Yeah, it's pretty wide. It looks big, and it looks bigger because of the tires and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they got a few more cars on the way because they have I forgot what the speed truggy was called, but they have that one they have to do. Somebody said, "What Lipos are you running?" Normally, I run SMC. My Gens Ace, I only have the two 3S's and two 4S's, so I need to look at a 6S Gens Ace lipo. And then I just bought a brand new Awanfi 6S lipo that I ran when I did a super speed test on the Radix 6, and I'll be using that tomorrow as well. So. Will I drop my slash on water? I will after I fix it. I ran it the other day and the sucker broke. It didn't really break. The spurger started getting chewed up. So, all right, I'm gonna set this here for a few minutes. So I'm not holding this and shaking this around a lot. So I'll stay live for another probably about 14 minutes. So I'll be live for about an hour or so. I did compare it to the Creighton EXB earlier. Don't know if you guys saw that, but I had that out. There are differences. I know some people say, "Oh, they just copied it." Well, it's a truggy. I mean, a truggy design is a truggy design. I mean, if you guys look at some of the previous designs from Mugen, their truggy, Low C, shoot, there's a whole band of. I mean, Serpent, all that. Yeah, I got some pedal tires. Oh, trust me, I got all that planned out. It's time to do it. That's what it boils down to. Getting the time to go in and do all that. So I got some pedal tires for it, and I gotta do it before it gets too cold. And I gotta find a place where I can drive it, so if it does go underwater, I can go get it. It's Kronos. Yeah, I ran on 4S, so I was gonna do 6S that day earlier today as well. But like I said, the steering wasn't completely right, so I had to get that fixed up. So no, this chassis is not low to the ground. It's just the angle of this camera. Um, Look at that. That's probably about shoot. I'll show you. This not low to the ground now. You can lower it down and make this into a speed truggy. And this is still stock out the box. So Bajal. You got about almost 2.5 inches. So it's about 2 2/4, a little bit more than 2 2/4. So you guys see that there? I know maybe it may or may not be blurry, but right about there. It's about 2 2/4. So no, it's not. You got plenty of room. Trust me, I was running earlier and it didn't get caught up on nothing. Yeah, I mean, look how big these tires are. Look at that. If you're going from the actual tread and stuff, that's 6.5 inches. Those some big tires. This would be more or less compared to like a Creighton, because it is a truggy and it's not so much of a speed truggy, but it's a truggy. So it'd be compared to like a Creighton, the Serpent, the Mugen, MBX8T. So it is a truggy. You know, it's more of a monster bastion truggy, but these tires are huge on here. And they're a very soft compound. So I'll probably be running, like I said, my X-Cons on here when I take it off road and run it on 6S. All right, so what other questions do y'all have before we exit out of here shortly? Yeah, the tires balloon. I mean, the V1's balloon and these balloon too. I'm probably gonna look at some diff oil for it. So anything like the Red Cat shredder, the shredder's gonna be different. The shredder is you talking about the fifth scale or sixth scale, whatever truck. So it's gonna be different. It's not as big as that. So I was sometimes somebody asked about a tug of war. So all right, Heat, peace out. I won't be too far behind you. I'll be logging out of here soon too. Yeah, it's not low. I mean, you can lower it down. Somebody said it's seen lowered out the body, but it's also the angle of this camera as well. I mean, this angle is set up pretty high, so it makes it look like it's low. But now that would be low, and that's all the way. Even at that, I'm compressing it all the way down. It's still not touching. It's still got about maybe a quarter of an inch before the chassis slaps, but it's still not hitting on the ground. So I can see people making this into a speed truck, which I'll do some speed testing with this pretty soon, and also with the Radx 6 as well, just to see how fast we can really get them stock out the box. Changing out some tires and stuff. So 549 is the cost of these. All right, y'all. I am going to get ready to get up out of here. If you haven't, smash that like button real quick so we can get a few more likes on here as well. See, we got several likes on there, so that's good. But go ahead and smash it if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. Or the dislike. I get those too. Kind of funny. I load a video up and it won't even be 30 seconds in. I got some dislikes, so it's kind of funny. So it's A scale. Yeah, look at my previous videos and click on those links and you'll see some specifications on this as well. I appreciate you already killed the like button. All right, y'all. So I'm getting ready to log out of here. Stay tuned for Super Speed Saturday tomorrow where we're going to test this. As I mentioned, these tires are probably not going to hold up to success. It's probably going to be all over the place. But we will see. We will try it to see. And then from that point, if it doesn't work out, then we will change out the tires more. So we will get different speeds. I do have tires, but they are smaller in diameter than these stock ones. But it's still good to get it out just to show you guys what it's going to do in speed-wise and stuff. So, all right, y'all. I am out of here. I appreciate y'all joining. I'll see y'all tomorrow.